So they go onto a talk show.
Yes.
And on this talk show, a fight breaks out.
Right.
Because it's a wrestling talk show.
Yes, it is.
Why shouldn't a fight break out in a wrestling show?
Every time it breaks out, and we're still surprised.
I was just surprised. I should not have been surprised because, yes, every freaking time it should definitely. Okay, and then, so he becomes a heel.
He becomes
What
a heel.
happens to Paul Giamatti?
Marty Jannetty.
Marty Jannetty.
They go on to have a feud that lasts maybe a year, and then Marty Jannetty, because of real life personal issues, ends up getting fired from the company.
Oh, okay.
And so Shawn Michaels, because the reason I chose him as one of my best favorite performers is because, in the ring, in terms of ability to do all the moves and do all of the emotion it takes to draw people into a match, he's considered like the Michael Jordan.
Oh, he's a
professional
hell of a
wrestling.
showman.
He's the best. He's called the Showstopper, the Show Stealer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Mr. WrestleMania. He's got a lot of nicknames.
Now, here's a very basic question. How old is Shawn Michaels in 1988?
88, I would imagine probably in his mid-20s.
Mid-20s
Yeah.
in the late 80s?
Yeah, I would believe so, yeah.
Okay, so he's maybe at his physical peak.
I would say no, because the late 80s and early 90s specifically were a time for big-time steroid use in the WWF.
Oh, okay.
So he was very muscular at that time in a way that was almost hindering his mobility.
Oh, wow.
So as he shed weight later on, that's when he kind of reached his peak physical performance. That plus years of perfecting the craft.
Right, and clearly some sit-ups or something.
At least 5.
A day.
Yeah.
I'm going to say every day that guy did a sit-up. And what were his signature, as a team, what were their moves?
They had the rocker dropper.
Rocker dropper.
Which I believe was a combination, both guys would go to the top rope.
Top rope. Is
yes.
that legal?
In the WWF it was. Some places it wasn't.
Okay.
Top rope, WWF was legal. And at the same time, they would bleep onto one opponent, and I think one was doing a body splash and the other one was doing a leg drop.
Oh, my
believe
God.
that was the
Under
rocker
the
drop.
same opponent?
Onto the same prone body. Who knew it was going to happen?
Who knew in advance?
Sitting there waiting for it.
He was like, oh, so I just lie here.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So
And trust these alcoholics and
that are
drug
gonna
addicts
leap
with my
onto
life.
him.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he goes solo.
He does
because
go
he's
solo.
a heel. And does his persona change noticeably? Does his costume change?
Okay, so the Rockers were 1980s rock. They looked like Poison, like members of Poison. They had mullets,
Yeah.
and tassels on their jackets,
Nice.
and stuff. And they used to run to the ring. And they were fan favorites, so they were nice guys.
Yeah.
After he threw his partner through the window, however, he was no longer a nice guy. He started coming out to music called "Sexy Boy" was the name of his new theme song.
Interesting.
And he started wearing leather chaps and sunglasses, and he had this vest that was held together by a series of chains. And he started to play a character that was very much like a stripper,
Like a Chippendales kind of guy?
like a Chippendales kind of guy.
All right. That is a bad person.
I mean,
No.
morally he was bad,
Right.
and that was his
But
way of
fashion-wise, he was
antagonizing.
killing it,
Oh
is
my
what
God,
you were
it was
telling me.
Amazing.
So, right.
He let his chest hair grow out too.
Oh, interesting.
That helped that too. They usually do a lot of waxing, but he let his chest hair grow out. As
Did he have a lot
as
of
bad
chest
guys
hair?
do.
Well,
It was
yeah, but that's
significant chest hair. Yeah.